is finally time. It is happening. Hello lovelies! So today I'm doing a first impressions on a makeup collection, and I've been wanting to do this for quite a long time, and the universe has just been getting in my way. Even right before recording this video, my camera fell to pieces, literally fell to pieces, attached by nothing but a little ribbony looking guy, and I have duct taped it back together and we are powering through. So today I bring you a first impressions of this, and it is the Wet n Wild Goth-o-Graphic collection, and I'm so excited for this. It looks so cute. So right, first things first, like I am all about this. I've had a look at the colors and they look super cute and I'm really excited for them, and I'd kind of like to just go ahead and do the review slash first impressions without mentioning the name, but on a channel that features so heavily in goth fashion and makeup and culture and such. If I don't bring up the name, someone else will. So honestly, like, I'm not that bothered about it, except for like they lose major points for calling it Goth-o-Graphic instead of holographic. Just saying. But yeah, I'm not like bothered by it, but I find the choice of name and especially the PR stuff that came after very, very bizarre, because there's nothing to say that goths can't, like, you know, like pink and like cute like colors and stuff, because you guys know if there's anyone that fits that description, it is me. Like I love pink things, but that doesn't make them goth. And I find it's not just the name, it was like some of the like PR releases I was just like looking at and scratching my head, because it was things like death to unicorns, unicorns are so over, and I'm like, these are the most unicorn fucking looking colors I've seen in my life. And things like a moodier, edgier look and stuff I think I saw, and I was like, it's all sparkly pastels. So I don't fully understand what they were going for here. Part of me almost thinks that they are actually trolling and like called it something that really doesn't suit it, purely to get people talking and be like, what the hell? But yeah, strange choice of name and you know, publicity stuff, but it looks really cute. So right, enough about that. We've talked about the name, that is out of the way, that is done. Now we can just focus on the pretty makeup and see what is in here. So it's all very nicely laid out, and a viewer actually very kindly sent this to me. Thank you so much for that, because Wet n Wild do not ship to the UK. I was so excited to get this on release day. I was like, I'm gonna get it and I'm gonna do a video like really fast. I went on their website and they didn't ship to the UK, and I was like, oh, but then someone sent it to me, so now I have it. So I am very late in doing this between y'all, so you had to wait for it to come from America and then things getting in my way, but it's fine, I'm gonna do it anyway. So looking over it here, we seem to have two sort of pressed powder highlighters. I believe this is a loose highlighter. Okay, yep, so this is like a loose highlighting powder. We have a highlighting stick. I'm going to swatch all of this shortly and just see what's in here. So that is technically 4 highlighters. And then there are 4, I think these are liquid eyeshadows from what I can gather, 3 eyeliners, liquid eyeliners, and then 4 liquid lipsticks. So we've got a lot to dive into. Now, I don't remember how much this retails for, but I will check before the video is over and I will talk a little bit about the price and such. But you do get 15 items in this collection, so that is pretty cool. So the first thing I'm going to take out, if I can, is this highlighter. And this is actually, it looks very, very pink to me, but it's called Purple Ashes, which is strange. I don't know if you know, I have like stars shaved into my head. I went and got that done like right before recording this. Because I'm going to dye it pretty colors later. This side kind of got screwed up a little bit, but I'm hoping once it's dyed the colors it's going, you won't be able to notice it that well. So this will actually be my first time using Wet n Wild anything, so I have nothing to compare this to. I'm quite excited. I cannot open this to save my life. Okay, 1,000 years later, I have opened it. So this is the kind of pink colored highlighter. I guess maybe a bit, I don't know, it looks pink to me, but yeah, it's like a nice, pretty sort of like shift. I do definitely love the little skulls and everything. That's kind of the only like goth connection I can make with this, but it is like really cute, and I almost don't want to use this because I don't want to get rid of the cute little skull. But yeah, so let me just have a little, oh, that's pretty. So you can kind of see it on my finger there. Yeah, that's really nice. So yeah, that is like a really pretty pink highlight. The pink is definitely strong in it, So for some people I would imagine it's a bit too much, but if you're like me and you kind of like weird colored highlighters, I think that is really cute. By the way, I'm sorry about my nails. I swear they're not just like gross and dirty. It's just I just dyed my hair and got some in there, so they are a little bit stained, I'm afraid. And then there is a white version of it called White Raven. So this is White Raven. And I appreciate that this is like white, it is actually white. It's not like, you know, sort of like off-white, warm white. It is very, very white. It almost maybe has like a sort of, not blue, but a cool sort of shift to it, but I'm not totally sure. That is it on my finger, you can definitely see it. And then we will... So obviously it won't be quite as stark whenever you use a brush, but just off my finger there. It is very, very pigmented, which is nice. Oh, I'm definitely, yeah, now that it's on my hand I'm shifting it, I can definitely get like a sort of like magical purplish blue shift to it, which is really pretty. Next we will go in with the highlighting stick. So to me the color looks similar to White Raven. It's definitely white, but then I think it has a bit of blue to it. And this is called Hello Darkness, but it's Hell-O. Okay, moving on. So that's very subtle. Oh, you can see it there. So that is really creamy. It does go on really, really nicely. Again, it definitely has like, this one has quite a strong blue tint to it, which I personally like. Like I said, those colors aren't going to be for everyone, but I do feel like there has been a huge trend in kind of like weird colored highlighters recently. So I guess more people than you would expect like them. And I am one of those people, so I like that. Okay, and then next up would be this, which is called Moon Tears, which is nice. This one looks very warm based. It's quite different from anything else here. That's like the shape of the little holes. Okay, so this is kind of what we're working with here. Yeah, it is still quite pale, but it's like a lot more sort of like warm. It has like a bit of gold touch to it to me. There we are. So that is the loose powder. Incredible shine from it though, like wow. It looks wet. That is Moon Tears, and that is very nice. I'm kind of like working my way through this, and I have no idea what like kind of look I'm going to throw together with all of this, but we'll figure it out. Okay, I think I will start in then with the liquid eyeshadows, I think. Yes, so these are the Mega Last Liquid Catsuit Liquid Eyeshadow. I don't think I've ever used a liquid eyeshadow before, now that I think about it. And I have to say, I kind of wish that the liquid eyeshadow colors were the same for the liquid lipsticks, because there's a few here I would love to have as lipstick. I do wonder if I could just put these on my lips and still have it work out. I have no idea. I do prefer the colors of the eyeshadows over most of the lipsticks. So this first one is a deep kind of purpley color, and it is called Nyctophilia. If I'm not mistaken, I think that is like Love of Darkness, but I'm not totally sure on that. Don't quote me on that. So. Yeah, this, I don't know how I feel about this. It's not going on quite as I expected. The brush kind of like, if you try to go over an area you've already used it in to make it like stronger, it kind of actually works in the opposite way and removes some. So I'm not wildly impressed with that. But again, I have never used liquid eyeshadows before, so there is every chance that I'm being stupid and there's a more specific way you're supposed to use them. But yeah, not really what I expected. The next one is a really pretty sort of like pale purple with blue shifts to it, which is very nice, and it's called Goth Tears. There's about to be some goth tears up on this channel. I can't with these names, so let me just try to... Alright. Kinda. I mean, I guess maybe if you put this over the top of an eyeshadow, then it would give like, you know, a nice sort of shimmer. But on its own, it is a little bit underwhelming. I feel like the light colors aren't quite as bad as that dark one. like the sort of patchiness and stuff isn't as horrendously obvious, but it's still not great. But I could definitely see, like, maybe, I think whenever I try to put a look together with this, I'm going to use some eyeshadows from, you know, because there aren't really, there's only liquid eyeshadows in here, there's no actual eyeshadows. So I'll put together a look with something else and then use these to top it off or something and see how that goes. So I think for the next two, I will just kind of swatch them over here and show you. So there is a really pretty pink one, although it looks like it's kind of separating a bit in the tube. Can you see what I mean there? But it is a really, really pretty color, and I really wish the pinkish liquid lipstick that's in here was the same shade as this. The lipstick, which I'll show in a while, obviously is a lot warmer. This is much more my kind of pink. But yeah, again, I'm not in love with it. It's like, it feels like just very liquidy with like kind of clumps of shimmery pigment through it that don't really blend properly. So I'm not super into this formula. The highlighters were lovely, but these aren't super doing it for me. So the pretty pink one is called Mystic Dreamer. And the last one is a kind of like shimmery, like vanilla kind of color. It's definitely in that sort of like warm white area. And it's called Pure Intention. Yeah, these are not easy to work with. I've stayed away from anyone else's review of this palette so that I could come in like, you know, just fresh and form my own opinions without thinking about what anyone else has said, but I'm definitely going to have to watch some after I've done this just to see if anyone else had the same issues as me, or if I'm just being weird. So you can kind of see this is the pink one and this is like the kind of, you know, like warm white one. They don't look quite as bad on camera as they do in real life. In real life they are very, very patchy and streaky, but the shine kind of saves it on camera. But I think even on camera, like, it's not great. Like I said, they're not completely hopeless. I definitely think I could find some use. Oh wow, though, that has, I don't know if that stained my hand or if it's like aggravated the skin. Like, it doesn't hurt or anything, but like you can see that's where the pink one was. And there wasn't really enough pigment for it to stain, so I don't know if that has like, I don't know what's happened there. That's very strange. But my hand doesn't seem particularly happy about that. Would be a wee bit nervous about putting it near my eyes now. I don't know, I'll see if this starts to hurt, and if not, then I'll just assume it's okay. On to the eyeliners. So we have three. There is a purple, a baby pink, and a white, and they're all metallic liquid eyeliners. So the first one, which is the purple one, is called Black Butterfly. Strange choice considering it doesn't appear to be black. Again, not great. It's okay. It is a bit streaky. It's certainly not like super opaque. The pink is called Pink Coffin. Now that's cute. I enjoy that. This brush is a little bit janky. You see there's kind of like a little flicky bit, which isn't great. You don't want that when you're trying to get those really precise lines. Again, it's not amazing, but I think I could work with it. And the white is called Skull Prayer. Okay, that is kind of what we're working with. They're not super metallic, but there is a little bit in there definitely. And again, they're not super opaque, but you could work with them. My hand is still not happy. But yeah, that is what those look like. Sorry, my camera stopped recording there. I'm not sure what point it decided to do that, so hopefully we don't miss anything here. But we're on to the liquid lipsticks now. So there are two that I really like the looks of. One that I'm like okay on, and one that I'm not really fussed on. And the first one up is called Death to Unicorns. Honestly, I would have called this Black Unicorn, but if we're going that way. And it looks like black with like different colors sort of shimmers through it. So there's definitely like some blue and stuff in there, maybe like some goldy looking flecks. Let's give it a go. Again, whenever I try to go back in with like another pass to like make it more opaque, it's actually just taking color off, which isn't super great. I am interested to see how this goes on the lips. Yeah, definitely looking a little bit patchy, but I won't judge it fully until I've tried one of them on my lips. Next up is like a nice silver looking color, and it is Gunmetal Heart. Yeah, again, it's looking a little bit sheer. And I've still got this pink patch over here, which isn't great. Next up is a pretty blue. It wouldn't be my favourite shade of blue, but it is nice. And it is called Pastel Grunge. Is that like a style on Tumblr? I feel like I've heard that before. Yeah, again, it's a bit difficult to work with. Like, it's coming out very clumpy on my hand. I'm having to really try to smooth it out, which isn't ideal. But you can take a look at it here. So that is Pastel Grunge. And the last shade is a pinky one, but is like a very warm toned pink, so I'm not wild about it. And it is called Wicked Pink. Again, I'm getting all these like clumps. Let me see if I can show you a little bit closer. And again, it's going on very, very sheer. Yeah, to me that's like rose gold actually is what I would call that. You know, that sort of like coppery color that everyone's like obsessed with at the minute? I'd say that would actually be quite close, like a rose gold kind of color. So I know that would be like way up some people's alley. I prefer like cooler tone pinks, which is why I really like the color of the liquid eyeshadow version, which has left a rather unhappy mark on my hand. I'll say one thing, these eyeliners are actually standing their ground pretty heavily while I'm trying to wash them off, so that's good. Everything else came off pretty easily, but these are really on there, so that is something. So I still have a rather unhappy mark where the pink thing was. It isn't great because that's what I wanted to use. So that is the entire collection. I'm like, I don't really know how to feel about it. I'm really impressed by all the highlighters. Not particularly impressed with the liquid eyeshadows. The eyeliners were quite good. They're not like spectacular, but they're pretty darn good. And the lipsticks, I am gonna wait until I've tried them on my lips to really decide, but it wasn't looking great, so bit hit and miss. I'm going to take a minute to figure out what I'm going to do with my face. I'm going to put on any other sort of things I need, such as eyeshadow, and then we will get back into this. Alrighty Roo, it's not great because it was a bit rushed, but I added some eyeshadow from the Creepy Cute palette, which I did a first impressions of quite recently. If you missed it, you should check that out. And I used the colours Cold Shoulder and Planchette just on the lid there. And now I'm going to go in and start doing the rest of my face with some of this stuff. The patch on my hand has started to get quite itchy, so I'm not going to be using the cute pink coloured liquid eyeshadow, which is a shame because out of everything in this collection, it was the one I was most excited for, so that's a bit of a bummer, but until I see how bad this gets, I probably shouldn't be putting it near my eyes if this is what it's doing to my hand. So instead I am going to hopefully go with, what was that purpley blue one called? Goth-Tears. I'm going with Goth-Tears to match the purple on the eyelid. You have to keep your eye very still or it's going to transfer above where you want it to go, so I'm trying to keep my eye relaxed, but I've already screwed it up a tiny bit. I'm actually not sure how long this is going to take to dry, so we're just going to chill for a minute. My foundation, unfortunately, is incredibly bad today. I do not know what has happened, but from like the second I started putting it on, it was nothing but issues, and now it has all separated really badly, and I just don't know what's going on with it, so that's unfortunate. Okay, so it dries down pretty quickly, that's good. So that is looking quite cute so far actually. It's very, like, this whole thing's feeling very mermaidy at the minute. So I think I'm going to take the pink liquid eyeliner and I'm going to do my like speckly thing that I usually do with black, but see if it goes well. The only problem is this brush being all janky. It is thicker than like a normal liquid eyeliner, probably because it's metallic. So it's not as easy to get the speckly kind of effect that I would do with black. Ah, that was my elbow. I think for highlighter, I'm mostly going to use White Raven, and then I might just put a little bit of purple ashes over the top of that. Ooh, okay, I like that. Now to see how these lipsticks go. I think I will go for the darker one, which is Death to Unicorns. It's not great. Yeah, like I'm trying to make it darker and it's just like literally taking away the pigment I've just put on. Not very fond of it. Like I have been trying to get it to go on well and it's just not. Okay, well I'm going to play around with this a bit more and see if I can get it looking any better. I'm going to put on some eyeliner and such and then I will check back in with you. And this is my finished look. I could not do anything with that lipstick to make it better, but here we go. Okay, so I had a quick look online. From what I can tell, I think the box might be sold out right now. I don't know if they're going to be bringing that back in, but there are some pieces available to buy individually. I don't know what the situation is in physical stores. You might still be able to find these. So the box itself retails for $39.99, so $40 essentially. And you get 15 things in this, so like actually considering each item is about, I'd say $5 each, sometimes a little more, a little less. I think that works out pretty good. Like, it doesn't look like 15 things to the point where I've had to count it 3 times and I'm still doubting my math, but assuming that I've counted it right, it's 15 things for $40 and I think that works out at somewhere around about half the price you would pay if you were to buy everything individually, so that is a very good price for the collection. But personally, I'm not crazy about a lot of stuff in it. Like I said, the liquid lipsticks were so streaky and patchy I couldn't really get them to work. The liquid eyeshadows were a bit as well, but it seems with a base they can actually look pretty cute, so that's not I think maybe the darker one would be a bit harder, but the lighter ones seem to work okay. Saying that though, one of them seems to have given me quite an unpleasant rash. So maybe definitely test some of these out if you can before buying, just in case because I've never had a reaction to anything before, so that is very strange. So if you have a store near you that does sell Wet n Wild, then consider maybe checking that out to see if you have any issues. I'll have to see if anyone else has had that or if it's just a freak thing with me. So yeah, I do think the collection is a very good price, but only if you're like absolutely crazy about everything in it. And personally, I am not. I don't think the liquid lipsticks are great. The thing I think are the best are probably the highlighters. So I would personally think you'd be better off maybe just going out and buying the highlighters or like an eyeliner and an eyeshadow, you know, like I don't think that everything in this box is great, so that kind of decreases the value for me a bit. But it is a pretty cute collection and there are some nice things in it. It was just a bit hit and miss for me, so like I said, I definitely don't want to trash them and be like, this was shit, because there are some really lovely things in it and all the colors are really nice. It's just some of the formulas for me weren't great. Like I said, I've never used Wet n Wild before, so I don't know if this is consistent through their entire range. But for this collection, I just like this lipstick. I could not do anything with. I could not get it to cooperate. I don't know why. So yeah, I'd say if you're gonna go for anything, definitely the highlighters, maybe some of the liquid eyeshadows, but be careful in case you have a weird reaction like I did, and maybe some of the metallic eyeliners. Personally, I would just skip the liquid lipsticks. I don't think they're very good. But yeah, it is what it is. Some of it's great, some of it's not so great. The whole thing is definitely super cute. It's kind of up to you to decide what you think of this. So that is my first impressions and sort of a mini review. I'm sure this video is actually very long with all the swatching and the makeup. I am sorry, but I wanted to kind of do a complete look at this. So I hope you enjoyed this. Let me know what you think in the comments. Let me know if you've tried anything from this. Like I said, I'm definitely going to watch some other Peels reviews now to see if they've kind of had the same experience or if maybe it's just not gone well for me and I seem like an overcritical bitch. But you know, I wanted to get, be as fair as I can and just, you know, sort of look at the different qualities of it. So I hope I answered any questions you guys might have. I hope I didn't miss anything. Before you go, consider checking out my Patreon because it supports this channel a whole ton. Honestly, almost every single penny I get from my Patreon goes on rent and bills, so the people who support me on there are amazing and really do help me survive, literally. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe, and if you do subscribe, hit the little bell so you can get notifications when new videos come out. And I think that is everything. I'll see you in the next video. Bye, lovelies!